We have sufficient of those young men. Make no mistake about that. We don't have to lie about it. We have sufficient of them. When we say these others are engaged on these vital issues, we mean that. I don't talk things that don't happen. I've never said we don't have men for training. We have them, thousands of them. But you don't go and keep training men who are training 10 kilometers out of a city. What madness would that be? Or they were having some khaki-looking clothes which were uniform-looking. You want to see uniform, you'll get it. You don't have to say it's uniform-looking. You have young men with uniform, in uniform, and armed, with all sorts of weapons. Make no mistake about that one. So you don't go hunting for people being murdered by these racists. And we tell you that this is what these young people were doing there. Then you still have thinking something else. That's the surprise of some of our Western press. Certain amount of racial thinking. If a black man says something and a white man says, it is the white man's word which is credible. This is normal, with wonderful precision. The activities A were, despite heavy rains last year, we managed. We mean to get that country by force, and we shall get it. I will repeat that. We mean to get that country by force, and we shall get it within the time limit that I have given.
And we pleaded with him. I pleaded with him to institute a parliamentary select committee to get into the areas, talk to the people, report back to him. And that would have helped him to know much more. But I still believe that the Field Brigade itself has got some section of it that reports back to those who are responsible for them, and therefore he should know.
So the 5th Brigade aren't really a law unto themselves. They are responsible to the Prime Minister?
Well, as I said earlier, I could not make myself believe that what was happening could have been ordered by any responsible minister, let alone the Prime Minister. But having put the thing in Parliament and having taken some of the victims there myself and pleaded with the government, top government men, like the Deputy Prime Minister himself, and things still continued for another 2-3 weeks, then I started wondering whether, in fact, responsible people are not themselves involved in this thing.
The government says that, in fact, the 5th Brigade has 1,000 former Zipra fighters in it. Is that the case?
I have no knowledge of the numbers, but I know there are some Zipra people among those people, but I understand there are very few now.
Would it not be surprising then to have former Zipra fighters going around killing people, innocent people in Matabeleland?
It depends really where they are being placed and whether they themselves have become part of the training of killing.
To come briefly to your own position, what is your legal position at the moment?
Well, I have a number of pending charges, and my passport has been withdrawn, and I was being accused of wanting to leave the country incognito, which of course is nonsense. I had my ticket, I had my passport, I had my tags on my baggage from Bulawayo via Johannesburg, via Zurich, London, Prague.
Do you think you're going to be arrested?
Oh, well, in this country anything happens. I was arrested on last Sunday.
If you look back and say, because I have been this, and if a thing like this happens to me, then to hell with everything, then the things break. And if you got to control yourself and say, well, these things do happen in life, and life must continue normally. that's all one does, and that's what I've tried to do.
Don't you feel any bitterness, sir? Or
I've never been bitter in my life, but I've never been hurt more than this time. I think this, in all my long history of the struggle and the 22 months of independence, I've never been hurt in the manner I was hurt by Robert Mugabe this time. It was almost beyond me, but I said no. I have to be cool-headed. It was not easy.
So do you think this is the end of your political life?
No, why? Now those the demonstrators in Salisbury and I understand in one or two places were dreaming of burying Nkomo and P.F. Zapo. That is a dream. They can't do it. It's not possible. They've been made to believe this by those who are shouting out.